Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Essa. I am a very big lover of DIY, so I decided to start a channel where I could reach out to more people so that we can learn how to DIY together. And since this is my first video, I went and found the easiest DIY I could find, and that was how to make yarn balls. So yarn balls are just these balls that are used for decoration that are made using yarn and balloons. Very simple and fun. And yeah, so I'm hoping you're going to enjoy this video, and let's get started. So to start with, you're going to need some glue. Whatever glue you can find is probably okay, whether office glue or school glue, just a simple glue. You're also going to need either yarn or twine, depending on what you prefer. I decided on white yarn. And you're also going to need the balloons where you're going to be attaching the yarn on. The size depends on what you're going to use it for. Then you're also going to need some water. This is for mixing with the glue for your solution. Doesn't have to be so much. Then you're going to need the container where you're going to be mixing the solution. So also that doesn't have to be so big. That's why I decided to use the CD container. Then you're going to need somewhere to rest your yarn balls as they dry. And finally, you're going to need scissors for cutting the yarn and Vaseline for applying on the balloons. So when you have your balloons blown to your preferred size, just going to take the Vaseline and rub on the balloons. Just a reasonable amount, doesn't have to be so much. This is just so that you have the balloons well coated enough for the glue to stick on the Vaseline rather than on the balloon. So once your coating is done, you're just going to start by pouring some glue into the container. And then you're going to add some water, just a little bit to make the glue just light enough for it to still be sticky, but for it not to be too thick. Then you're going to separate your yarn and put it into the container. So you added water just so that the yarn can soak in the glue a little bit easier. Once you've done that, you're just going to let it soak just for like a few seconds, and then bring on your balloon and take the yarn around your balloon. The spaces will just depend on what you personally prefer. If you're looking for big spaces, if you're looking for small spaces, that all determines how much yarn you use. So don't put all the yarn into the solution at once. So as you can see, this process takes quite some time. So just keep going, and when you need, you just add in the glue and water once again and continue with what you're doing until what you see is good enough for you. So I'd like to add on and say that as you put your yarn onto the balloon, make sure that you're not letting all the glue carry on to the balloon. You're dripping it as you go. That's why you're seeing there's a mess around my container, because I'm not letting all the glue go onto the balloon. And yes, this is a very messy DIY, but I also love just how much fun it is to do. And it's also good to involve your kids in it and your family in it so that it is a fun family affair to do. So once you're satisfied with the spaces you see, just cut off the yarn and fix the yarn in anywhere you can find that will hold the last bit securely. But don't be too worried about it. So I went back and did the yellow balloon, and that's how they turned out. So I'm going to leave them to dry overnight and get back to you when I'm done. This is 2 days afterward. This one came out not so well because the balloon collapsed before it could dry. So that's why it doesn't look so straight. But I decided I'd show you guys just so you can also see how a failed ball comes out. And this is the second one. The balloon had already started collapsing, but also when the yarn had already started drying. So this one just came out perfect for me. So on your yarn ball, just start by piercing the balloon, unless that is a look that you're interested in. Just pierce the balloon and find a way that the air can escape the balloon. I used a safety pin, as you can see, and the balloon will collapse on its own and leave the ball intact. Once your balloon has completely collapsed, just proceed to pull it out and you're left with your perfect yarn ball. So I decided to go back and make a third yarn ball, and this one I decided to make with bigger spaces just so you guys could be able to see the difference and see what you preferred. And yeah, this one, the balloon also collapsed, but it's because it also took a number of days to dry. And good thing is the balloon collapsed after the yarn ball had dried, so it left the yarn ball intact. Now I'm just going to show you how all the yarn balls turned out. This is the first one that has the large spaces. This is the second one that has not so large spaces. And then this is the third one that didn't come out well, where the balloon dried. But I guess if you were to put them so many in one bowl, it wouldn't look so bad. So it's also worth keeping. You can just decide on how you want your design to look like. So guys, that was my tutorial on how to make yarn balls. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from the video. If you decide to try out, please leave a picture or tag me a picture on one of my social media handles so that I can also be able to see if I actually helped someone. And in the meantime, please like, share, comment and subscribe, and please come back for more videos. I have so much in store for you guys. Thank you once again for watching. Goodbye.